Hi, everyone. So I decided to do a recorded training again since that went really well the last time and everyone appreciated it. And last night it was just a moment where I gave a personal session with Charlene and we just talked about a couple of ways to really elevate social media for her in her industry. And that's kind of the brainstorming that can happen whenever we come together. In business, we are the expert and we forget all the little things. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to talk about the customer and client experience again, is to remind you that there are different elements to think about whenever you are considering what you are putting out into the world. The first thing I want to ask you is, how well do you know your customer? And I'm not talking just their demographics, right? That's for advertising, right? When you're advertising and boosting posts, we have definitive markers that we know we want to target so that our reach is within those proximities, right? Those parameters. But when it comes to knowing your customer, your client, we have to break it down into some simple categories. And what that looks like is, what do they aspire to be or have or do? When you break it down, how is it that your client is going to feel or experience after you're done working with them? And you really have to think about, not just their pain points, right? But what are the actual hardships, right? What are they facing in this moment? Last night we talked about how, being a new home buyer, there is literally a million things that I don't know anything about. And this is my personal experience, so I can share to that, right? And that's where the brainstorming helps. Like, get with somebody who doesn't know anything about your industry, and it will blow your mind the things that they are inquiring about, and how you can use their lack of information to help you build out what you need to put out there. And that's this because you don't remember their hardship, right? When you are understanding the literal things that are really making their life hard. Yesterday, in a podcast interview I talked about with someone about how to incorporate a healthy lifestyle within a busy schedule. And a lot of that is stillness, of course, right? The answer is you can't have everything going on, but the other part of it is sharing how to do that is what she needed in that moment. When your schedule is so packed, how are you energetically aligning your life to create what you need? And that is one of the things that I spoke to was, whenever we are trying to create these different habits, these different things in our life, we have to feel in alignment with the activity that we're setting up for the day. And a lot of us set up these activities that we're supposed to do, whether it's in business or in life, on days that we're not energetically aligned. And so I'm just going to reverse back and say, you have to understand their hardship that they're facing. And it's not, I don't like the word pain points necessarily, because yes, it is a pain to them. However, it is a hardship that they're facing. Going in to buy a new home, or going into a new nutrition program, going into a new yoga practice, all of these things have hardships, right? And so you need to break it down into their physical, right? Their emotional and their environmental, so that you can understand how to appropriately speak to them so that they will become your client. And it's not coming from a bad space. You are coming from a space of alignment. So when you are authentically trying to help them change their life, there is nothing wrong with talking about the things that they're struggling with. And so when we're educating them, and we are showing them exactly our expertise in a simplified version so that they can understand what working with you will provide, that is where everything aligns for you. Because a lot of times we're so afraid to share what we offer. And I'm not talking about events and things like that. I'm talking about sharing what you do, because we think people are tired of hearing about it. We think that people already know the answer. And I'm here to tell you they don't. If they did, they wouldn't be searching for it. And so understanding that what you have to share has value, and it's time to start putting it out there. What journey do you take them through from start to finish? What is the process of working with you? What is the process that they undergo while working with you? And what is the outcome that they will achieve? Again, you need to align this with their desired outcome, which means you need to get into their psychology of understanding what journey do they want. When it comes to our health and we're thinking about health, most people want to be able to, at the core of everything, they want to live a better life. They're tired of feeling tired. They're tired of not having the energy that they need. And so whatever source of energy you provide them, they're going to live a better life. And so you do need to take that step back and ask your 7 layers of why that this person wants this. Now, this doesn't mean that doesn't look different for other people, but there are a core set of things that people are looking for when they're working with you. So break down those seven layers of why and talk to each point of those, right? That's how we let them understand that, we understand where you're coming from and I have the solution. So we can't be afraid to offer our solution. We can't be afraid to break it down and really understand that this is something that you're providing them. This is something energetically that's in alignment for you because you are the expert. And so don't be afraid of that. And then, why are you their person? Why are you the person that they need to come work with? And it's not an arrogance. Again, we're coming from alignment. When you come from alignment, truly everything is possible. So remind yourself, okay, I am this person that offers X, Y, and Z. And because we're going to go through this journey for your desired outcome, I am the perfect person because I have this experience with you. Right? Most people want to have that emotional bond of understanding you've been there. You understand what it's like. And when you go back and you look at the reason why you got into your industry, I promise in almost 100% of the time, it is because you have the same problem. And we often forget that we started at their same point and we had the same hardships. We had the same lack of knowledge, information, and well-being. So go back to you as a beginner and think about all the things that you needed to learn and do to be able to be where you're at. That is why a coach is helpful, because they can help you see what you can't see because you're the expert, right? You're the person that's been doing this forever. So you already have the information. So it's really up to us to find that person that we're going to work with that challenges us, that keeps us accountable and helps us see it. Okay, what do I need to analyze from a different perspective because I'm only looking at it from mine? And that's how we grow. Everyone on this planet eventually needs to work with someone to be able to take it to the next level because we essentially need that guidance. And it's not even, the thing is it's guidance, but it's helping you remember. And there are different tools that you can use. You can do a meditation to help you remember. You can do a journaling in combination with meditation. But I'm telling you, whenever you match up with someone who can tell you outside of your industry, hey, these are the questions that I have as a person that's experiencing this, ask your social media, right? Ask your peers. Peers are going to have pretty much the same identities. However, they will also have insights. So work with someone to get that momentum going, right? That's how we truly get things going. And then your energy online showcases everything about you. So you've got to get out there and show your face. And I know that it's so hard, right? It's so hard to get started on video. I understand. I promise you, I did not start out being so easygoing with social media or video or any of that, but I had to train myself. It's a skill. It's just a skill. And when we look at it and associate it with a skill that we have to learn, it makes everything so much easier, right? Because ultimately, if you don't ever show up as you on social media, then how do people know that you're their person? And it doesn't mean that you have to air all the dirty laundry. We're not talking about that. We're talking about being you, right? Being the person that you are so that people can energetically connect. And the few tips that I have about that, and I've said it before, get on your stories and start sharing, because stories are 24 hours. You can usually get on there, post about yourself, post about why your industry is important to you, right? That's really important, is to showcase the how it started, the behind the scenes. And start there, because it's a lot easier to talk on your stories and you feel more easygoing. I can tell you to this day, it is still much easier to record a live video than it is to do a still one. And you know why? Because I have someone that I'm talking to. So you kind of have to envision them being there in your still videos where you're just recording just you, and talk to them as if they are there. Talk to them as if they are your friend that you are sincerely trying to help, because ultimately, when you are in the business of service, you are absolutely trying to help someone. So just remember that your energy is what attracts everything. And so if you are never showcasing who you are, then people don't know why to come to you. You're just another person that does this thing. So use the group to practice. I'm going to say that again, because this is how we get better. In all the years of sales that I have been in, and I've been in for a long time, we all do role play. Role play is like the pits. Nobody wants to do it, right? I even don't like doing role play, but do you know why I do it? Because it works. Because it helps you get better at talking. It helps you get better at that communication skill. And it helps you understand how to overcome the objections that people have naturally, and how to ask better questions, how to connect on a deeper level, because truly you're trying to build a connection, and you can only do that if you are willing to listen and ask the right questions. But if you never practice, how do you know what questions those are when the time arises? So use a group, partner up with people, connect with me. If you need that help, connect with me. That's what this group is for. I do have a pretty busy schedule, but I will make time, because that is important to me. And so anyways, I hope that this training is helpful. I really try to make everything that I put out there very short and concise, because ultimately we have way too much stuff going on to listen to an hour-long training. That is where you go into, like I said, the event that I'm putting on, where it's in person, it's an immersion, and you're just diving into all the things. So hopefully this is helpful, and let me know if you have questions, or if you're struggling, reach out. Please just reach out. So you never know. The questions always know if you don't ever ask.